Good afternoon and welcome to Liberty Sports, where they come to you live from Liberty TV online with me, Bankole Labode Oyu. Well, today we get a range of issues where can discuss. As again today, Ademi Wangren at the studio, but hopefully we supposed to get a guest from the Female Premier League board as what done between our Liberty TV online say clubs then at the Female Premier League don't threaten for boycott the remaining fixtures inside the Female Premier League because of one money where they supposed forgive them for carry out then the running of the football clubs them. Same way, so we go take a look at the Salon Premier League and given at the standings of the respective clubs them. We go also review international sports, plus a look ahead to some big fixtures in Europe, especially the English FA Cup final, where they take place today at the Wembley Stadium. We go also review other sporting activities where don't take place during the week and try for bring una comments then come to una on the show. No go no side, just stay tuned to Liberty TV online as we bring come to you exclusive updates on sporting activities across the world. Stay tuned as we try for go now for a short break. On the other side of the break, we come straight to the issues of the day. Stay tuned to Liberty TV online. Welcome back to your favorite program, Liberty Sports. As we can focus now for review the major actions we don't take place in Europe over the past few days. Before we come touch on your own very local sports and bring you updates from the Female Salon Premier League as the clubs then don't threaten for boycotts the remaining fixtures. But before that, we go review the action across Europe over the past few days. As Barcelona don't win the 28th La Liga title, will now be a difficult match inside the RCD Stadium against Barcelona, the Catalonian rivals Espanyol. Now be a difficult one in the first half for the Blaugrana as they be struggle for creating any clear goal scoring chances. But the magic of Lamine Yamal being come through for Barcelona on the day as him been scored a beautiful goal as him been cutting on his left and guide the ball into the inside side net for give Barcelona a 1-0 advantage over the City rivals before Fermin Lopez being add a second later. But then the question where many pundits they ask across the world now, how good is Yamal? Is he really a kid? I mean, considering his age, we've watched many football superstars before. We've watched Romario, the great Rivaldo, the great Ortega, Gabriel Batistuta. We've seen the great Roberto Baggio. But we are any of these, including the great Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, any of them have been as good as Lamine Yamal at age 17 in awareness, in vision, in creativity, the passing ability, in dribbling, the quality this boy has, the maturity. Nothing where anybody don't ever see in a 17-year-old football player. Are we looking at the best player in the world at age 17? Yes, I know say a lot of players don't score 30-something or 40-something goal like Victor Gokares, like the great Kylian Mbappe. Robert Lewandowski has scored 40 goals or more. Rafinha has scored 34 or 35 goals or more. But are any of them in the league of this young man? In just before the start of the European tournament, the Euro tournament last year in 2024, the Spanish boss, Luis de la Fuente, in been say Lamine Yamal in fit, blessed with the touch of the wand of God. Is that true? Is this boy blessed with a touch from the Almighty? What he's doing is unprecedented. We not ever get a 17-year-old player who is so complete in soccer. Pele was good. Pele won the World Cup at age 17. But was Pele this consistent at age 17? Lamine Yamal seems to have the world at his feet. And through him, Barcelona are now beginning to not feel Messi in absence, as Barcelona, the best player ever, left them around 2020-2021 for join Paris Saint-Germain. But since Messi left, Barcelona don't they struggle for fill the vacuum where the great Argentine maestro be left. But Lamine Yamal in emergence just can cover that gap there and make Barcelona almost need to feel Messi in absence at all not. So good luck to the young kid in a future aspiration. All the best to Lamine Yamal, and congratulations to Barcelona for clinching the 28th La Liga title, and congratulations to the Los Blancos Real Madrid. We hope that in future tournaments then go able for catch up with the brilliant Hansi Flick Barcelona team. Over to the English Premier League, as the two teams where they contest in the UEFA 2024-2025 UEFA Europa League, winner Tottenham and Manchester United respectively, then lost last evening to Aston Villa and Chelsea respectively. Well, the London club Tottenham Hotspurs and Manchester United, they all two get a season where not too dissimilar from each other, as then don't endure a horrendous season. Tottenham, I think they are around 16th or 17th position, whilst Manchester United, they're in 15th position. So this is not the ideal preparation for either club ahead of the crunch match inside the Salmo Mez next week inside the UEFA Europa League. Aston Villa been beat Tottenham by 2-0, with goals from defender Ezri Konsa and midfielder Abubakar Kamara. Whilst Manchester United been lost to Champions League chasing Chelsea by 1-0, courtesy of a goal scored by Spanish defender Marc Cucurella after some brilliant footwork by Chelsea captain Reece James. Late in the first half, Reece James being threatened by a foot problem as him being slightly twisting in ankle, but the English right back being able to overcome this injury scare for create the winning goal for Chelsea at the midpoint of the second half. Reece James now one player away down the struggle with injury issues over the past years, and in fact this season the English right back no ever play for 2 months complete without get an injury issue. So for Reece James get a beautiful assist like that for his fellow defender, now something where every Chelsea fan and every Three Lions supporter for be proud of, for see the brilliant right back fit and ready for end the season for the Blues. So Chelsea still keep their Champions League qualification aspiration alive with that win, as they don't go up now at the table. But Newcastle will get something for say about that, as then get a pulsating encounter with Arsenal, the Gunners. Newcastle are on 66 points. A win for Newcastle tomorrow against Arteta in the Gunners go ensure that Newcastle go leapfrog Arsenal into second place. Would you imagine this? Arsenal for long spells during the season, then been done almost make the second position than Yon, but Newcastle don't stage a mini fight back for almost overtake Arsenal in second place. And a win for Newcastle tomorrow go see them overtake Arsenal into second place. So anyhow, ahead of that match, they already say in injury depleted Newcastle get some unfinished business for do. Well, although then they struggle with injuries, Eddie are hopeful that Newcastle go come up against Arsenal with a result, at least a draw or even a win. Mind you, Newcastle don't win against Arsenal in at least 3 matches this season, including knocking out Arsenal in the EFL Cup on their route to winning the EFL Cup against Answer Slot in Liverpool team. So, good luck to both teams. We hope that we go enjoy a pulsating encounter between two absolutely brilliant teams. So, the race is heating up. The mini qualification for the Champions League keeps heating up, as we get at least 4 teams where they gear up for qualification to the Champions League. This is now a little bit of a mini trophy, as already the English Premier League don't be settled, as Liverpool don't be crowned as champions of the English Premier League. We wait for see who that go really qualify for the Champions League. Nottingham Forest also gets a chance for qualify. Newcastle self gets a chance for qualify. Man City self gets a chance for qualify. But the qualification hopes been faced a dent last week, as them been gets a frustrating draw with relegation with relegated Southampton. So Man City more or less go make the Champions League, but then get a little bit of work for do, as then go face Bournemouth on Tuesday, just after the engagement with Crystal Palace today in the 144th edition of the FA Cup at the Wembley Stadium. So we're looking at a mini trophy with 5 teams gearing up for just 2 places. It's all set for you. So we then look at the other leagues across Europe, as the race for the European Golden Shoe keep the heat up. Well, currently, we get at least 3 players where they gear up for this prestigious award. Victor Gyökeres, Sporting CP, the Swedish sensation. The 26-year-old don't score at least 43 goals for the Portuguese outfit this season. Is seconded only by the brilliant Kylian Mbappe, Madrid the French superstar, with 28 league goals this season. Following him in third is Mohamed Salah of Liverpool. Well, Victor Gyökeres, they lead the log, but there is a catch, as for this European Golden Shoe, there is a law called the coefficiency rule. This rule be introduced around 30 years ago. This they more or less put players where they play in the top 5 leagues in Europe for get greater point advantage because of their league points. So for instance, because Kylian Mbappe is playing in the Spanish La Liga, and gets more point advantage than Victor Gyökeres. So although Victor Gyökeres of Sporting CP is leading the log by at least 10 goals this season, it is surprising to know that Kylian Mbappe only trailed the brilliant Swede striker just by 1 point. So a couple of goals for Kylian Mbappe today or tomorrow might just put him in pole position to win the European Golden Shoe. But this lad has been brilliant, Victor Gyökeres. Why teams have not got him yet still remains to be a surprise. It is difficult for you to get a player where they score 43 goals and more for 2 seasons consecutively. Initially, when he started at Coventry City, he been just managed in the first season for score around 15 goals and then 20-something goals in the second season. But since he moved to the Portuguese league, Victor Gyökeres don't surprise the whole of Europe. And in fact, a lot of pundits, they refer to the Swedish Hitman as the most complete striker in Europe. He's a two-footer, he's strong, he's fast, he's intelligent, he's good on the ball, he's quick, he can shoot, he can link up play, he can drop into the midfield and work with his midfielders to create chances. Arguably the most complete striker in Europe. He's the hottest property along with players like maybe Lamine Yamal. I don't see Victor Gyökeres for remain at Sporting CP until 2026. You would imagine that a lot of clubs will get issues with a striker go come chasing for the services of the Scandinavian forward. Kylian Mbappe, on the other hand, go look for cap of a brilliant season on a personal note with the European Golden Shoe, as he already don't get 28 goals inside the Spanish La Liga. He need for score at least a couple of goals for overcome the brilliant Swedish forward. Mo Salah, on the other hand, go become the first African player for win this European Golden Shoe for Liverpool. Mo Salah don't enjoy a brilliant season for the Reds, during which he helped Arne Slot in team for lift the record equaling 28th English Premier League. During this, the brilliant Egyptian attacker don't succeed for win the England Player of the Season, voted by the FWA, Football Writers Association, Player of the Season. So he win this award by bagging 90% of the votes. But he gets a lot of work for do for finish ahead of fierce rivals Kylian Mbappe and also Victor Gyökeres. A couple of other players we might get a shout for this European Golden Shoe go include Bayern Munich and England captain Harry Kane, we don't score about 25 goals this season, as well as Barcelona, them brilliant Polish striker Robert Lewandowski, we self don't score around 25 league goals this season. But the brilliant Paul don't spend a little bit of time out with injury, so that seriously affects in chances for challenge significantly for back this European Golden Shoe award. But the race is heating up nicely, although realistically, not just 2 players can challenge Victor Gyökeres for this award. We go take a look at other sporting activities across the world shortly after we come back from a little bit of a break. On the other side of the break, we go can focus on other activities across the world, talking points, major talking points, that is. Plus, we go also try for link up with we representative from the female Premier League board, as we expect them at the studios anytime from now. But on the other side of the break, we go take a look at other major talking points in sports across the world. Stay tuned and go nowhere. Stay tuned to Liberty TV Online. Right, welcome back to your favorite program. As we've been promised, you say on the other side of the break, we come take a look at we on local sports. We already expect a representative from the Female Premier League board as clubs in the Female Premier League don't threaten for boycott the remaining fixtures in the Female Premier League because they're frustrated over some money they for receive for the running of them clubs, and they not receive this money yet according to them from the Female Premier League board. We can get a guest from the Female Premier League board. We go come respond to this concern here. The guest there on the way they come now. Anytime from now, we expect them for join we inside the studios. But before that, we go take a brief look at the Sierra Premier League as we bring you the table of the Sierra Premier League as the second round already in progress. So in first position, it's the Killers Eastern Lions. After they don't endure a difficult start to the season, the Killers don't make massive improvements as then they top the log with 38 points. And second to Eastern Lions, now Banter FC, well, the early season Flyers, the most impressive new team now the Salon Premier League. This team only promoted last season, but then they punch above them weight. Then they second in the log with 34 points. Third in the league is Bow Rangers, defending champions, perennial champions. Bow Rangers, they third in the table with 31 points. And fourth in the table, now the Cavaliers, FC Cologne. Fourth in the table, FC Cologne, they in fourth with 29 points. Followed by Wilberforce Strikers, where they occupy the fifth position with 29 points. Sure just a fractional goal difference, they separate the Cavaliers with Wilberforce Strikers. And in seventh position, you get Baibure Warriors with 28 points. So we go also try for get the fixtures of the Salon Premier League. If we system now the studios permit, we for bring come to you that update there. We don't get some technological challenges lately, but if we're able for lay hands on the fixtures in the Salon Premier League, we go certainly bring that to you for complete the deal. So we go also take a look at other major talking points in football as we bring you some transfer news now across European football. Well, earlier this week, a couple of Brazilian former footballers don't express their appreciation and happiness for the appointment of Carlo Ancelotti as the new Silicao boss. Well, the 65-year-old Real Madrid coach set for join Brazil at the end of the season when Ingo left the Los Blancos. A lot of Brazilian footballers don't say, as much as Carlo Ancelotti now a serial winner, very experienced, we don't coach a lot of Brazilian superstars in the past, including the great Ricardo Kaká, Cidinho, including the great Cafu, Roberto Carlos, including the great King Ronaldo. But then say Carlo Ancelotti in come one to Brazil national team no go able for mask the structural deficiency, the structural problem. Then people here say, including Cape Dunga and also Felipe Melo, when have been part of the 2010 Brazil World Cup team. Cape Dunga now been the captain of the 1994 Brazil winning team. We've been beat Italy on penalties inside the United States of America. So then people here say, well, there are other issues surrounding Brazilian football. As Carlo Ancelotti in Cameroon no more no able for solve all them problems and they then get structural problems, systemic problem. Cape Dunga on impact been say for let a team like Brazil change 3 coaches within the space of 3 years. Now a serious problem. We show say you get serious issues for settle inside Brazilian football. After replacing Coach Kiche with a couple of other coaches, Brazilian football don't they struggle as the team currently they struggle for qualify for the World Cup, having recently lost woefully to fierce rivals Argentina. So we wish Carlo Ancelotti good luck in a new appointment as the coach of the Silicao. Well, as a Silicao fan, I think this now a breath of fresh air. Carlo Ancelotti, if there is one man who sabi Brazilian football, then it must be Carlo Ancelotti, judging by the level of experience where he gets around Brazilian football and Brazilian players. Probably we need some foreign experience. We need somebody who know Brazilian football inside out with some European experience. And of course, in tenure at Real Madrid also given the opportunity for coach a lot of Brazilian players. Of course, from AC Milan onto in present Real Madrid days. So all the best to Carlo Ancelotti. Some transfer news now as former Tottenham and Bayern Munich defender Eric Dyer don't join Monaco. The English international don't join on a 3-year deal, and this deal go expire in July 2028. Okay, we go pause this year for now. As we've been telling you, viewers earlier, so we go get a representative from the female Premier League board as clubs that are female Premier League don't threaten for boycott the remaining fixtures inside the female Premier League because they don't raise concern say they not receive some money yet way them being supposed to receive from the female Premier League, and this they affects them running as clubs. So for sake of that, the female Premier League board been put out a press release and respond to this. So if we can't respond to this concern, we don't be joined in the studios now by a representative from the female Premier League board. Good afternoon and welcome to Liberty Sports.
Good afternoon and good afternoon viewers out there.
You can tell me your name and your position at the female Premier League board, please.
Yeah, Mina Abubakar Kamara, fondly known as ABK, and Mina an associate of the Premier League board, now the media wings.
Okay. Abubakar Kamara, so earlier this week we get news now Liberty TV say clubs where they participate now the female Premier League don't threaten for boycott the remaining fixtures now the female Premier League because they no receive some amount of money where them being supposed to receive from the female Premier League board. This now a very serious concern. What's in the female Premier League board make of this issue?
Well, first of all, the press release will come a genuine, then right, the Women's Premier League board, the owners of clubs there, right, the Women's Premier League board, tell them say if what you wanna be done promise we if una not give in to the same way una be done put, we not get for continue the remaining matches there, which is before the league they starts, they get seed fund where then they give each and every team where they play the league. So the seed fund, the club owners then say it's not enough. Being the fact say then they take them away. Some clubs they come out away from their home, outside them they host their matches then to a neutral venue where they na the same region but not to their own home. Which means, for example, if you're in the east, you get we get a team within a Kailan. We presently will not get artificial top na Kailan. The only artificial turf available near Kailan is Kenema. So the team where they Kailan, they can play na Kenema because now in they very close to them. They're not going to go corner for go play.
So home matches na Kenema.
Yeah, their home matches. So it means you they play home away from home. So with that, the team they say it's very costly and the board need for raise the seed fund where na subsidy where they can give them where the league they start. But the board been tell them very clear say the money one other request for we're not able to give you all. That was 70,000 where they request for as additional fund. So the board say we're not going to give una all, but we go give una 20,000, and the 20,000 they add. Now lobby we they go lobby to government through NSA for lobby go get that fund there for can give una. So when the fund available, we go give una. Now una get them. As we don't promise so. But up to now, as I talk, the money not available yet. It's not available yet. So waiting the club owners and do they say this come up from the Secretary General of the club owners. They say if una don't promise me something for give me. Una no say una not get them yet at the moment. What una need for do? Una get on to me and say this money way will be say with the give una a presently not available, but at any given time where the money available we go give una. So in the Premier League board tell them say we no need for boycott matches then. We no need for stab the fans then. Because of this money where we say we the add. This money not so we per se get na bank where we not go give una. This money we say we they go lobby for. But we don't do everything we necessary for let this money come. But it not come yet. We want loan our patience, we where the money come, we go give una. And that up to now at the stands. The Premier League board say where the money available, then they give the club owners there.
Okay. So they no need for boycott the league and starve the fans them. But equally, then clubs here, they run based on, most of them depend on the seed money or by extension this money where the Female Premier League board don't promise for give them. We all know say salon football, that thing called sponsorship, not a thing way too common, although football is a business. But in Sierra Leone, most clubs they run based on waiting then they receive from the Female Premier League or the Premier League board in the male context as the case may be. So what go be the way forward if then clubs here not able for put together funds for continue for participate in the ongoing Female Premier League? A lot of them clubs here they travel long distances. You mentioned the club where they come up from Kailang. So for instance, if they get a fixture for play in Freetown, and you know how expensive it can be for travel long distances in Salon, considering the economic situation, what thing will be the way forward if then clubs here are not able for finance then day-to-day running for participating in this league?
First of all, the money where the board they give na subsidy, which means wholly and solely you know depend on for running clubs, because between me and you, the club owners and the money where they put per matches, if you calculate how much they spend for the 22 matches where they play, because now 12 teams again at the Female Premier League, the money where they spend a more than waiting the board they give them. So the board waiting the board they give them is just subsidy. Nothing where you say, okay, they help you with this. You get already your foundation, you get this, you get that, so they help you with this. Now just a subsidy. So wholly and solely, they're not going to depend on that. Right? They're not going to depend on a wholly and solely. But this money, when a subsidy, of course, they keep the club going. Because they cover certain expenses then at the club. They cover certain expenses then for them.
Okay. So, going forward, we see a situation wherein the Female Premier League board go able for explore other avenues for keep them Female Premier League clubs here afloat with this money, because clearly they need this money, and if they carry out them threats for boycotts the remaining fixtures in the Female Premier League, the people that will go suffer the most now the fans and as well the players. A lot of them players here now young ladies them we don't give them life, them body, soul and spirit to football. We they see other avenues where we are go for explore for iron out this issue.
Every day the Female Premier League board they knock na domot na corporate houses then. We don't knock na they don't knock na different corporate houses then. It's just a matter of the perspective maybe where they presently towards the league or towards we country football. That is all. For now we make other things and all they come up. But for knock doors then, for opportunities, for see how best the board go raise fund, the board don't do that.
Okay. So how much this way you they say so known to the representatives of the Female Premier League clubs? For waiting me understand based on waiting I don't listen to it you don't say now, yeah, there is some kind of communication gap here. You should say una don't adequately communicate to them female Premier League clubs here for let them understand say well this is the stance the female Premier League board committed for issue out them funds here to una, but the challenge is we're not able for get waiting we supposed for get from NSA governments to NSA. Then don't understand this?
Well, understanding something and telling me something and understanding it are two different things. But the female Premier League board don't ensure say they don't talk with the club owners then. They don't tell them say this are the situation. Say presently the money where we promise owner is not available. And when it's available, we dey give owner. So even they don't plead to them, let them not boycott. Because we look at things now here. CAF Champions League is fast approaching, where they happen inside August. Likely will start from August 7 or August 8, right? If we not try for with league done before time for do registration for team we go win, you know, the preparation, you get for consider that one day. Team where they win get for prepare. The beginning they don't come out to them parents then or then guidance them for long way and then camps then when they play games. So if the league done quick, they're able to go spend 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even 1 month to them people then and then later when the club needs them and then return come back. So these are the reasons why make the board still they tell them on not boycott them fixtures here because them fixtures here if we rearrange them with the postpone matches then again for get a time where the time where the FA, the SLFA for register the team we qualify for go play CAF, it go be limited time and you not go fine. Maybe if you win the league, you might want to add 1, 2, 3 to your squad. And all that get for be a paperwork, you get for take a transition. Maybe you go want foreign players, you get for take ICT, the international transfer certificate, you get for involve. So they really need for come on and say, okay, this either happen. The board don't promise them the money, but the money not come yet. So all the thing the board they tell them is please let them come play. When the money available, the board not sit down, they not full and the board still the worker to NSA to government to NSA for let this fund here available, let them issue them out to the club owners there.
Okay, so now looking at the broader picture, what in this go mean if then clubs here carry out this stretch? You don't mention the implication we this go get on with CAF and Confederations Cup status, CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations Cup status. What's going to be the wider implication if this threat carried out by this female Premier League clubs, not just on the players but the wider well-being of female Premier League football?
As I say, the board they knock on corporate houses. If corporate houses begin see this kind of actions going on, strike action, or sit down, or threaten to boycott, you know how these corporate houses go look at the league where they play. Look at one aspect of that one day, right? The need for see reasons. Okay. The need for see reasons. Say we only try for set the league. Now we get foreign players and we plenty within our league presently. Yeah. Recently, 2 of them players from, not only 2, in fact, 2 from Mobomo Queens, the Gambian, then call them, and Guineans, they don't call them, well, a player from FC Cologne, female, then call them a national team. So players and the way, foreign players and way they are presently. So if this thing they continue and they tell on even the players and where they sit down. So because imagine you don't prepare your mindset. Say this weekend I they go play a game. Then the weekend come, the game not right because of 1 or 2 actions where not to you cause them. So that's some of the things and anyway we they look at.
So listening to you as you respond to the questions, you they strike a note of reconciliation. It's as if the female Premier League board committed for resolve this issue based on what in me they see now. we they look at any possibility they for let this situation resolve. How una whose approach una want for use apart from appealing to the clubs involved in the female Premier League board? Because this is serious. If then clubs here carry out this threat, how una hope for engage them using other avenues, whether not the NSA or other groups where go able for influence this decision for let them get a rethink.
Well, the matches then for play today. Some for play today, some for play tomorrow. But as I talk to you now, so pre-match meetings supposed for head at 11. Now all the venues there, it not happen this morning. So we don't know say the games and the teams that waited and talk them in. So if today pass, the games are not play tomorrow, the games are not play. I believe say by Monday the board go down resolve this matter. Okay. That if the games are not play at all today and not play tomorrow, the issue will resolve because we must get other people and we football enthusiasts and people and we philanthropists and must come inside and see how best amicably then go amend this particular situation between the board and the club owners there.
Any possibility they say, well, the 70,000 new loans when they ask for as the female Premier League board already say, well, that is beyond our reach slightly. We never gonna done for now. Una don't say una go forgive them just 20,000 new loans. Possibility they say, well, for we get a win-win situation between all parties involved. The female Premier League board go able for lobby around for una raise that money they slightly up at least for satisfy all sides involved. At least if not up to the 70,000 million safe for letting clubs yourself get something we go.
No, it's not the quantum.
Yes.
Not to the amount, not the issue.
Okay.
The issue here is after they don't give them the seed fund. When they don't give them 160,000 for both legs, first leg and second leg. So then they request for additional fund because, of course, Arkins sometimes then we can go back and see their own constraints and where they go to go, right? Some team they tell you say, when they play home, trade na my own field, they generate up to 5,000-6,000 get taken. Yes, that one they correct. Right? Then now, when I know they play now, that home day, because of when they set the league out, now artificial everybody they play, I know they raise up to 3,000. And that now revenue drop for me. So for that reason, make them ask for this additional fund. And the 20 millions, or the 20,000 way the board say, then we don't agree for taken. Okay. But it's just not forthcoming. The money not just don't come yet. Because the board not been get at hand with and do this promise. The board say, we they go lobby to government. But even when they go lobby to government, so waiting on a request for we give una. But if we go lobby to government, whatsoever we get, we can give una 20,000 leons. And the clubs then we don't accept.
So now don't get that money there now?
No, the money not the presently.
Forget them?
Yes.
How soon? How soon?
Well, that's the thing, a government issue. You not go to say tomorrow, next tomorrow. You're not going to be specific where you give them dates them as long as not government issue. Because we know how we country day. So you get for lobby. You continue the lobby until it happen. But hopefully, why is the league they go on? The money they come out and then go get them before the league they done.
So for now, I just the hope say the clubs not go carry out the threat for boycott the remaining fixtures in the female Premier League, and that by Monday we're go try for resolve the situation.
That's not the anticipation. Say by Monday, if at all not, the games are not played this weekend, today, tomorrow. Other ways, other avenues, and the way we go try for strike for let there be peace. Let the fans then not miss the game for 2 weeks. No, we'll not go one day. Not go and see that particular situation there. Because the fans then will not be get this crowd when the league be start at first season, second season. This third edition of the female Premier League where they play, get momentum. So we don't want to cut that momentum from the fans there. We want to let them continue the getter. So amicably, I believe say we go then go try for see how best then go amend that.
Okay. As a media representative from the Female Premier League board, we mean say you must don't get interaction with football stakeholders of the respective clubs in the Female Premier League. You think say the willingness they on the side of the clubs for listening to the appeal or the plea of the Female Premier League board for carry out with this league, or then stance go remain unshakable for insist say them for receive this money from una? You think say any kind of dialogue they will go make them pipe down on their demands?
Personally, wetin me think, wetin make this action that come into effect is the club owners then say we not the board not communicate to them.
So there was communication gap.
That's now wetin then say.
What do you say?
As I say, what I can just now, I'm not the part of the Women's Premier League board.
Okay.
Are they na a wing winner, the media wing?
Okay.
The person where they head the media wing, na in the part of the Female Premier League board.
Okay.
Right? So, when I make I say personally, that's not waiting the club owners then say. Then say communication gap day. Which means if the board don't promise then, say then they give them the 20,000 millions. If the money not come yet, they need for tell them, say the money not come yet too. Which means now the board supposed for the remind them say the money not come yet, or not forget it, but no, the money not come yet. But for any letter where the club owners they don't be done the same, reminding the Premier League board about this said money. The board, in turn, they reply then say the money is still not available yet. When it's available, we will make a non-toner.
All right. Mr. Abubakar Kamara, am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Stay with us on Liberty Sports as they come take some updates from the English FA Cup, the 144th edition of the English FA Cup, where they be contested today at the Wembley Stadium by Manchester City and Crystal Palace. Well, inside this edition of the English FA Cup, Man City go appear for the third consecutive season inside the FA Cup finals, as they've been lost the last year edition to cross City rivals Manchester United. When they go look for put that behind and also put behind a horrendous season with a win in the FA Cup. Pep Guardiola and team don't endure a terrible season as then they in a battle for qualify for the Champions League. Well, then go look for win the FA Cup against Oliver Glasner in Crystal Palace team. Oliver Glasner, they set the record for become the first Austrian international for coach a team in the finals of the English FA Cup. Crystal Palace, they look for avoid an unwanted record for loss in 3 FA Cup finals, as they don't do this in 1990 to Manchester United and as well in 2016 to Manchester United. Well, Crystal Palace go also equal this record if they lost today, as this record be done set by teams like Queen's Park Rangers and Watford. Man City don't lost only 6 of their last 44 FA Cup matches, but 5 of them losses then they been come inside the Wembley Stadium, which means say Man City either don't lost the semi-finals or the finals of the FA Cup in 5 of their last 38 matches. So it's a pulsating encounter. A win for Crystal Palace today go ensure say then qualify for the UEFA Europa League, and City on the other hand go end the season with a trophy as they don't endure a terrible season in which they don't lost their Premier League title and also the struggle for qualify for the European Champions League. So we go take a look at transfer news across Europe as Lyon then attacking prospects, then 21-year-old attacking prospects Ryan Cherky don't say it will be a pleasure for them play along with Paris Saint-Germain players. Well, this statement being come from the exciting prospect when they attend the French Team of the Year award night. As in be say, well, for long players like Bakula and Ousmane Dembele also desire Doué go be a pleasure as in a good friends with Dembele and Bakula. Manchester United fans go remember Ryan Cherki as this player being really torment Manchester home and away as he been scored 2 goals home and away. He's a tricky winger and don't score 12 goals and also make 19 assists across about 43 matches this season. This player is subject to interest from clubs like Tottenham, Manchester City, and as well Liverpool. While some by the Minnesota Timberwolves as they don't lost game 5 by 121 points or 110. On the other hand, the Cleveland Cavaliers don't also be knocked out of the NBA playoffs by the Indiana Pacers by a similar score line, 4-1, as the Pacers don't make the final. While the Minnesota Timberwolves go now meet either Oklahoma City or the Denver Nuggets in next month's final. So back to the studio guest. Abubakar Kamara, going forward, what will be your message to the Premier League clubs, the female Premier League clubs, stakeholders in the female Premier League, and also would-be sponsors and even supporters of the female Premier League? What will be that message will come out from you?
The message is, no matter wetin happen, when the board don't promise, then they deliver, then they give. Last season, if I can vividly remember, last season they promised football, match balls, and training balls. That was before the first leg of the last season edition being done. That particular promise, they're not being able to get it until where the league done. Where the league done, they make sure say before the closing ceremony, then go with all the balls the way they may promise. They wanna be each club be supposed to get 25 balls. Then go with all, then go present them. I know they say in this matter or in this case, then go wait say until the league done. No. During the course of this league, we get up to 6 or 7 games then more for play. Very hard, tirelessly for make sure say then provide them funds and they. I'm not saying not easy. I absolutely not saying not easy because I mean for take care of girl picking then, it absolutely not easy. For worker with them, a money. The expenses, if you not be careful, sometimes it pass the mail where you they get. You don't see them. Yeah. So that one is very, very clear. But for say, we boycott the games that we love because of 20,000. It makes sense that you voice them for your year. But if they don't hear your voice now, please, we come back and play the game for we fans there and for we say safe. Because this way, the game where they play so, now love we love them. The one the way they spend their money, trust me, I love them, love the game. They know they get profit where they say, man, this with this season you done now this accumulated profits now you make. It not day. Yeah. At all, it not day. So if you say no more, you get for sit down because of 20,000, that means what you like now you sit down pass so. So my message to them, we see reasons, we all get one language, we go talk, let the game play.
Let we all get one language where we go talk for let the game play. That's not a message from the representative from the Female Premier League Board. Well, we wish the Female Premier League Board and also the clubs participating in the Female Premier League all the best and hope they go resolve this issue and continue with the Female Premier League as football for play, no matter the circumstance, the beautiful game of football for play. Football not the only global sports where every human being know, even people who they live with disabilities, they enjoy football. And we all for enjoy football. And at the right of those where they govern football for make sure say football play. We hope say then go able for resolve this issue and let this game continue for play. So before you go, Mr. Abubakar Kamara, you are not here for this, but I'm going to forget your prediction on the English FA Cup final between Manchester City and Crystal Palace this afternoon at the Wembley Stadium. What do you think is going to win this match?
If I dey predict, I dey go for Man City for win the cup. But in other words, this is a final, not to just an ordinary match where you go into. Now final, then go winner. Man City go winner, but then get for play very very hard. So I go for Man City.
Thank you very much. Now a pleasure for where you don't join at the studios, Mr. Abubakar Kamara, a representative from the Female Premier League board, as you don't can respond to the concern by the Female Premier League clubs as they don't threaten for boycotts the remaining fixtures inside the Female Premier League because of money where they don't receive yet from the Female Premier League board. We can continue for bringing you more on this and other issues in subsequent edition inside Liberty Sports. Me don't be you presenter for today, Bankole Labode Oyu. So till next week in other edition. Stay tuned to Liberty TV Online. Bye-bye.